Hey loves, it's your girl DeeDee and welcome back to the channel. So I am back with another reaction video. Now this comes from a black woman who says Donald Trump is the black man's daddy. So listen, I thought this was crazy, but I definitely want you to chime in the comments. Let me know what you think it is. Comment, like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Hit that bell to be notified when I upload new content, you guys. Let's get into this. I definitely want to hear your thoughts on this. Chime in because I want to hear what you have to say on this topic. So we're going to jump right into it. Here we go.
I hate getting into gender politics when it comes to black people because even in college, I never would join feminist movements because it was like the person that we are fighting against would be the same person that's oppressing my man. You know what I'm saying? So I never got into women against men because, again, the same person that's oppressing women is the same person that's oppressing black men in America. But when you see men like a Le'Veon Bell who literally has Trump or Tramp on his shirt, or you have a Lord Jamar from Brand Nubians coming out here more comfortable to vote for someone like a Donald Trump that, again, David Duke, who used to be the grand wizard for the KKK, is also voting for this man. And y'all are, this lets me know, especially the black athletes, y'all really wanted a white daddy. These white men are y'all daddies. Y'all love them. That's why these athletes, they want everything that a white man has. They want the white woman.
Now, let me just stop there. Now, I'm just going to say this because I've been watching Kamala Harris interviews and Trump and all of the politics I've been paying attention to. And one thing that I noticed, every time anything deals with black people, there's always shaming tactics. Every time something is happening, whether it's an election, no matter what it is, whether it comes to relationships, dating, black men, black people always tend to scrutinize each other, not only based on just an opinion on different things, but an opinion when it comes to things like this, where if you are black, you are held to the fire by other black people to do a certain thing or almost shame. Now what I'm seeing is people are shaming black men and others on how to vote as if you don't have a choice. You have a choice to vote the way you see fit. Why is it that when it comes to election season, you always see black people fighting over who to vote for, and especially whether it's Democrat or whether it's Republican, black folks tend to shame other black people into voting Democratic. And I just think it's crazy. Why, when it comes to this, you can't just allow people to vote the way they want to vote. It's like you want every black person, because they're black, to be a Democrat and to vote the way you see fit. And if that's the whole point of being able to vote, is to form your own narrative and your own opinion, do your own research, and decide for yourself which candidate serves what's best for you. It clearly shows that every black person does not have the same agenda. Every black person, just because you're black, should not just vote for Democrats just because you're black. No, because there are certain things that we've seen, that we agree with, that we don't agree with, that aligns with our lifestyle, what we got going on, and you vote according to what will be the best interest for what you got going on. Just because you're black is ridiculous to me. And I think this is what we're seeing. We're seeing women, we're seeing even men, black women and men, shaming other black women and men for not voting for Kamala Harris. We don't have to agree, but you should be able to respect each other's choices. And I think this is the problem. This is no different from black women shaming black men for not wanting to take on single mothers. It's the same idea when it comes to black women, in particular, shaming black men for not wanting them and taking on all of their kids and taking them the way they are. It's the same thing. Even in politics, there are a lot of women out here shaming black men left and right because they are choosing to vote for Trump, as opposed to respecting their choices. It's almost as if they want to make the decision for black men and control them. And if they can't control them, oh, now you want to shame them because they don't do what you want them to do. It's ridiculous, and it's becoming more and more ridiculous every single day. And I think we need to respect each other. And I think in the black community specifically, that's what's missing. There's no respect. There's no respect for black men. There's no respect for their choices. It's okay to have an opinion because you don't have to go along with the get along gang. You could do what you want to do, but I think we need to learn how to respect each other's choices and move on and stop trying to shame and guilt trip people into doing what you want them to do. And I think this is what's happening, and I see it in this election cycle, and it's just ridiculous. It really is. Let's continue.
They want they treat these white men like they are their daddies. Y'all so disrespectful to your real daddies. Y'all are out here admiring these white men, and that's why they like Donald Trump. Deep down, they wish Donald Trump was their daddy. They still have this master mentality, and they look up to men, specifically white men like Donald Trump. They love him. And this is the slave that's still in them. And that's why even when I was in college in black movements and stuff, brothers like Lord Jamar and Israelites and shit, man, I knew y'all was full of shit. I knew deep down all y'all really wanted was what the white man had. You don't want what black people can create. You don't want to really value your woman. You just want to copy everything that you think a white man has.
I just totally disagree with what she's saying. It doesn't make any sense. This has nothing to do with policies. It has nothing to do with race. But I think when it comes to Democrats, they try to make it about race because they know it's a sensitive thing for black people. And they want you to vote emotionally because they know that's how they get us. Instead of using logic and looking at the policies and looking at what would be best for you and your family. And if we're looking at the past 4 years with Harris and Biden, everybody's complaining about the state of the economy and about inflation and the price and all of these things, and you don't tie that to this administration and how we got here. It's almost like a trick to try to make you, because they've done it before and they know that they can do it again, and they know we're emotional and use race as something to trigger us, because once we're triggered, we're emotional, we act and move and make decisions based on that. That's how they get us. Anytime Biden can say, oh, you're not black if you don't vote for him, baby, that's a red flag. That's crazy. That's not a focus on your policies and what you're actually doing for black people, but you're using that to trigger our emotions to make us vote the way you want us to vote. And it's a tactic that they've always used. And it's a tactic that everybody tends to use, and they run with it and make you blinded to what's actually happening and what benefits you. And that's how they win. So people are more focused on somebody being racist than them actually doing something for them. And so I think this is all this is, and we see this far too often. You don't all have to agree, but you should be able to respect each other's opinions and everybody's choices. I think it's very disrespectful to say that black men are looking for a white daddy. I think that is ridiculous, and I think that's very disrespectful and very distasteful. And I don't think it should have to go to that just because you don't agree with somebody else's choices. I don't understand. It's like you're trying to control people on a mass level, and if you can't control them, just like women understand a controlling man. So if you got a controlling man you want to control, you don't like control, but they do the very same thing that they don't like. So I think it's ridiculous. This election season is very interesting, y'all. No matter who you vote for, go out and vote. Make your decision and go out and vote. Support the candidate that you feel is best for you and your agenda, and stop letting these people try to shame you or guilt trip you on voting the way you want to vote, because it's ridiculous. You know, this is why they say don't talk about politics and religion, because oh my God, people lose their minds. So listen, y'all chime in the comments. I want to hear your thoughts on this one. What do you think about what she had to say, child? I just thought it just was ridiculous, and it's very shameful for these women to get out here and try to shame men, black men, because they're not doing this to anybody else. They think, oh, identity politics, you're supposed to vote for any person that claims to be black, when clearly this woman is not black. Kamala Harris is not black. She ran as the first Indian candidate. She is not black. Candace Owens did a deep dive into her ancestry and her family history, and it's clear that this woman is not black. So we got to stop with that. It doesn't matter if she was black, white, green, or blue. If she is not the candidate that you believe is best for what you want, then you have a right. No matter who you are, you have a right to vote the way you want to vote, and you should not be shamed for it. So I'm gonna leave it here. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments below. Comment, like, subscribe. I definitely want to hear your thoughts on this one, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.